Oh, g'day guys, it's Marty Jonas here from ABC Photosigns. Just here to take you through a quick little training video on how to order all your marketing products, including photography and floor plans and brochures and signboards. I'd just like to welcome everyone from Oxbridge over to ABC. It's fantastic to have you on board, and we're looking forward to supporting you and growing your business. So to log on to the portal, please go to our website, which is photosigns.com.au, and click on the login button. At this point, you'll need to log into your page. You should have your credentials. If you don't, feel free to contact our office, give them a call, and just get some details so you can use the reset button down here to establish what your password is. Okay, so once you're logged in, you will land on your portal, and on the left hand side here you have a number of options, and also across the top as well. The first thing I would like you to do is go to your settings and agent management and make sure you add yourself in here. So simply click on add new contact details, fill in the form, press save, and you will be added. Very important that you have that right from the start, because then you can choose yourself from the drop down options as you work your way through your ordering. Okay, we're going to go back to the dashboard. On the left hand side here you also have a view price list option, and click on there, and that will basically take you through and show you all of the different products that you'll have available to your office. So there's a whole heap of stuff in there. You might want to take advantage of the packages. There's some really great value with these. So we start all the way at the lower end, which is the bronze pack, and it gives you a whole list of inclusions through there, and all the way up to your gold pack. So the boards are bigger, there's photo boards, the brochures have better finish, the photography is premium, etc, etc. So that's the high end up there. So really great value in there. You might want to take advantage of those to help you with your listings and your marketing. Okay, so another thing to note is that many of you out there will be a Zone 1 client, which is the majority of you, but there are some clients out there who will be Zone 2 client, which means you're in a regional location, meaning we can't service you with our full list of products. So the simple way to find out is when you log in and have a look at your products. If you've got this whole massive list of products, it means you're in a Zone 1 location, full service. If you haven't got this full list, you're most likely in a Zone 2 area, and you can still order your brochures and your flat pack signboards. Okay, let's go back to our home page, which is the dashboard, and let's do a new order. So I click on the new order on the left hand column there, create a new property, simply enter in the address. Always a good idea to select the suburb from the drop down to make sure everything is accurate, and press save. Okay, so I've created myself a property profile. Now I'm going to work my way through and just choose the products that I need for this particular campaign at 123 Test Street. When you log in for the first time, you may notice that this is a blank screen. Don't be alarmed, it just means that your products are not added to your favorites. So this is my favorite product list. So if I need to add something to my favorites, click on the packages, for example. At the moment, all of these are added to my favorites because the thumb is down. But if I go to billboards and I want to add one of these to my favorites, I just simply click on the thumbs up. Okay, so 8x6 light board. If I go back to my favorites, you'll see that's in your favorites now. Okay. Another thing, you might be looking at your screen and it looks more like this. Over here at the top right you have a couple of options. Personally, I prefer the list view over the grid view, purely because all the information that I need is there. Okay, so in this example I might choose a silver pack, so that has a photo or text board, some brochures, some photography, floor plan, everything that you'll need to list the property. So I click on order, and then it's a matter of working my way through this form. So just slowly work your way through it. So we start with the text board. So it's asking you, what would you like? Would you like a photo board or a text board? I'm going to say photo board, and I'm going to choose my template. There's only one available, which is the Oxbridge branded template. I can upgrade my standard photo board to a light board just by simply clicking the upgrade button. Okay, the next thing I need to do is select my flag holder, which is here. I'll just have one of those. Next thing I need to do is get my brochures. So in this example we have square brochures CC. So CC means color, color. So color front, color back. Choose the template. Now I go on to my postcards or A6 cards. So I get 100 just listed and 100 just sold. So once again click on the little toggle button and I'll have the just listed on that one. On this one I'll choose just sold. If for whatever reason you want 200 just listed, you might want to choose the just listed twice, but most of the times you'll split that over just listed and just sold. Now I get to my photography. So this pack includes a premium 10 pack. So I click on there and I work my way through this form. So where do I pick up the keys from, or do I just arrange this with the vendor or the agent or the tenant? Most of the time they'll probably deal directly with you, so just choose yourself as the contact. Put in your name and your number. Okay, other instructions you might say in here, I'm hoping to book this in for Wednesday afternoon or Thursday afternoon. So at least that way when the agent calls you, the photographer calls you, they've got some information. Now I'll go into my floor plan selection. In this example, we'll say it's a 3+ bedroom home. I want that to be color. You can also upgrade to a 3D floor plan as well. And once again, just arrange it with the agent or the vendor or whoever you want to arrange that with. Okay, so I've filled in all those details. Now it's just a matter of pressing submit. And that package is now in my shopping cart. So I've still got to continue on and check out before anything else can happen. So I'm going to press checkout now. I'm up to my enter order details. So this is the person placing the order, which is me. And you'll be notified when the photos are done and when the board's installed, etc. So make sure those details are correct. General notes, I generally don't put anything in there. Board install notes might come in handy. So this is obviously instructions for our driver to make sure they put it in the right place. So place next to the letterbox on right hand side. Or there might be some certain specific instructions that you want our driver to be aware of. You don't have to fill this in. Our drivers are experienced and they'll put it where they think is the best and most logical and high exposure sort of location. However, if there is something more particular that you're after, put that in here. And you can also upload an installation diagram. So you might get a Google map and mark it up with an X and tell the driver to refer to the map you've uploaded. The next thing I need to do is determine my installation preferences. Most of the time it will be standard. So standard means it's at ground level or on a fence. If you've listed something where the board needs to be installed on a veranda or a balcony or something like that, you might have to do a high installation or higher than first level installation, and there's extra charges for those. Generally I try to just avoid that. If I click on this and place a time and say I want it on the 24th, there's every chance that it will get installed on the 24th, but it could be up to 3 days or 48 hours from that date. So I recommend just leave that blank and we'll get it up there as soon as possible for you. Okay, so once I've filled that in, I click on agree to the terms and conditions, and basically that will submit my order. But I'm not done yet. I still need to do my artwork and get my proofs set up and approved so that I can get them sent to print. So in reality, when you get to this point, the system is asking you to upload some photos to be used on your brochures. Obviously you won't have them at this point because you've just placed the order and you need to get the photos done with our photographer. So I would say press not now, and you might go back to your dashboard and come back in a couple of days once you've received those photos. So back on our dashboard now, you can see the order that we've just placed has been split into two orders. We have the photos and floor plan, which is this job number here, 5.1, and then you have your DIY, which is your brochures and your signboard. So if I click on the photos and floor plan, I can get some more information about when I placed it and where the job is at. You'll notice when you first place your orders, they'll automatically go on hold, and this is an Oxbridge internal process. So what happens, you'll get an email that says, look, thanks for your order, it's on hold for a minute, we just need to get approval from head office, and your head office will be notified of your order, and they'll check a few things, and once they give us the okay at a corporate level, we'll take your job off hold and it will be progress as normal. Okay, All right, let's just say a day or two has passed and you've received your photos. So to get your photos, you'll view and download your property photos up here. You'll also get a link. That's a pretty sort of intuitive, straightforward process where you get to click on the property and download your photos. So let's just say you got your photos, you're happy with those, it's time to go in and design your photo board and your brochures. So click on the DIY component of the job you've just ordered. So I click on that, and it's now time to design. So click on the Design Now button, which is the blue button in the center of the page there. And I'm taken back to this screen. Okay, so it's saying, would you like to upload images? Yes, because I now have them available to me. So press yes. So just a matter of drag and drop your assets into this screen here. So I've got 3 photos and a floor plan for this one. Always important to upload your high-res photos. Most of the time you'll get some low-res and high-res photos in your packages. Obviously for printing purposes, we want the images to be at least 1 megabyte or more. In this case, these are perfect, 3.6, 2.7, 2.8. That's ideal really for printing purposes. So I'm going to press Start Upload now, and those images are uploading in the background. Okay, it's time to design my artwork. I've got 4 different products here. I've got my just listed postcard, I've got my just sold postcard, I've got my photo board, and I've got my brochures. Okay, as you can see at the moment, they've all got a little red X on them, which means the design is incomplete. So it's your job now to work through each of these tabs and design them. So let's start with our photo board, which is this tab here. Very simple process. You just got to work your way through this series of fields along the left hand side of the page. Press Save and Preview, and you'll get an instant preview of what your artwork and what your board will look like. So start from the top. Let's just say it's a for sale campaign. For the sake of time, I'm just going to use one photo. Select the agent, put in your heading. I'm just going to copy this over from over here, and secondly, put in your body copy. So if you have all that organized, it's a pretty easy process. I'm going to select the image that I want on the board. Like I said, you could put up to 4 images, I believe, on your templates, but in this example, we'll just choose one. So as you can see, I've got this little bounding box, and that is my printable area. You can't change that, okay? That's determined by your corporate branding guidelines, and that's the suitable size in this example. So I'm happy with that. I can always zoom in and zoom out. Obviously, I don't want to do that because I've got too much blank space around my image. I really want to fill in those dotted lines with the image and present the best sort of angle I can. So this is perfect. My lines are there, the photo sits well within that, and I press crop on the bottom right hand side, and that's cropping, and away we go. Like I said, you can add more images if you like. You can have up to 4 photos. I'm just going to choose one on this example. Okay, I'm pressing the Save and Preview button. That's crunching all that information, and it's going to present me with a preview. So don't be alarmed if you get this message. Basically all it's saying is that on the edge of the board you have these little crop marks on either side, and that's pretty much the edge of the board, because anything beyond that wraps around the edge of the board and you can't see that. So make sure that anything important, especially if you've got like an aerial shot with some land dimensions or something like that, make sure that's well within those little edges there. Just be aware of that. But that looks pretty good. Got my image, my for sale, my content is there, my details are there. I'm happy with that. If I find there's something or a spelling mistake or whatever, I can go back and update it on this left hand side and press Save and Preview, and that will update the artwork. Okay, you can also email this to yourself as a PDF proof, or print it off and give it to the vendor just to have a look at to make sure they're happy. But I'm pretty happy with that. I've got a little tick here, which means my photo board now is complete. Now I can't approve all and print because I've only got 1 tick. I need to make sure that I have 4 ticks because I have 4 products. If you find there's something wrong with your template, so maybe your name is not fitting, or there's just something not right about the template that you can't edit or have control of over here, you can use this blue help button. So click on there, and there's a number of things you can do here. but generally speaking, you will need someone to modify or create a new template. So click on that, fill in the form, explain what you need, and submit that, and that'll go off to our design team, and they'll make some changes usually within a few hours, and you'll get notified once that's updated, and you can come back and continue designing. Alright, let's move on to our postcard. So this is my just listed postcard. Same thing, I'll work my way through the fields. We'll do one photo. I'm the agent. Put my content in there. Put my heading in. Select my image. That looks great. Don't forget zoom out, zoom in. Make sure it sits within the blue lines. Edge to edge. Crop. You'll notice that your postcards also have room for a floor plan, so select the floor plan. Next, same thing, you've got to make sure that floor plan sits well within the boundaries. Now for a floor plan, it is okay to have that grey space inside, because that will just print as clear or white. Okay, so don't feel that you have to stretch your image right out. That might be a bit tight, so give yourself a bit of room on the floor plan. You can also rotate and present the floor plan how you see best, and crop. So I've filled in all of my information. I press save and preview. Once again, it grabs all that information and generates a preview for me. And what you see is what will be printed. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Make sure you're happy with everything before you press approve, because it's a pretty hard job to stop a job once you've done that. It goes to print pretty much immediately. Okay, that looks great. Happy with that. Now I've got 2 products completed. Let's click on my just sold postcard. You're probably thinking to yourself, oh my god, I've got to do that all over again. Well, there is a little shortcut, and this works really well when you're going from postcard to postcard. So I click down here and I choose my just listed postcard. I press import, and that grabs everything from what I just designed. I press save and preview, and that's a little shortcut there that you can use, so you don't have to do that every time. Perfect. That looks great. 3 ticks. Finally, I've got my brochures. You can import from a postcard, but just be careful because it doesn't always grab everything. Okay, it doesn't work as well from different dimension product to a different dimension product. So just make sure that you've got everything correct in there. It has grabbed the heading, it's grabbed the text, which is great. You might want to grab your images and crop. Okay, grab my floor plan. Make sure that's within the boundaries. Crop. Save and preview. Look, I know I'm going through this fairly quickly, but if you need some more information, you can always pause the video and go back and have a look. And that looks great. Perfect. Alright, so I've got 4 ticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, I can approve all and print. Okay, put your name in there and press approve. I'm not going to do that in this example. I don't want to waste the print. But once you've done that, you're pretty much done. You sit back and wait for your board to get installed and wait for your brochures to arrive. And look, like everything, you need to do this a few times to get the hang of it. It might take a little while the first couple of times, but after a few listings, you'll be flying through this. Alright, I'm going to go back to my dashboard and quickly show you a couple more things. If you need to remove a board, on the left hand side here, just go to the request board removal page. If you click on that, it will give you a list of all the boards that you currently have installed. It's just a matter of selecting the property once it's there, putting your name in and pressing submit, and that will get removed. Okay. If you happen to have a board blow over in the wind or get damaged, or it's gone in the wrong spot, or you've got some questions about where a job is at, you're always welcome to call our admin team or email our admin team, and they'll get back to you really quickly. Look, I think that's pretty much it, guys. You can also ask our admin team if there are any questions or if things aren't very clear to you. But like I said, after a few orders, you'll get the hang of that really quickly. All right, thanks so much for your time. And thanks again for working with us at ABC. We're really looking forward to helping all of the agents out there across Australia to help you grow your businesses. Good luck, happy listing, and I hope to meet you soon. Bye bye.